This is Cast of Wonders, the young adult fiction podcast featuring stories of the fantastic. Welcome. I'm Emma Smales, your host for this episode and an associate editor at Cast of Wonders. Every year, Cast of Wonders highlights some of our favourite episodes from the previous year. It's a great chance for us to take a bit of a breather and let you, our listeners, catch up on any missed back episodes with new commentary from a different member of the crew. My staff pick from 2021 is In Real Time by Avra Margheriti, which originally aired on the 12th of September 2021. Avra Margheriti is a queer author and poet from Greece. Avra's work appears in publications such as Lackington's, Baffling Magazine, Daily Science Fiction, and Fusion Fragment. You can find Avra on Twitter at Avra Margheriti. The narrator for today's story is Jules Zerater. When Jules Zerater was a kid, they thought actors were actually experts, and their dream was to be on Star Trek The Next Generation, so they tried to be an expert in everything, just in case the show called up. Originally from the Pacific Northwest, they now call Melbourne, Australia home. They sling code by day and have too many hobbies by night. I mean, Picard is now filming, right? And now, we've a tale to tell.
In Real Time by Avra Margheriti. Narrated by Jules Zerater. The kites frozen across the sky dapple the lawn like stained glass. Human statues dot the park, caught mid-motion. Picnicking, dog-walking, sunbathing. They might have been unnerving once. Now the utter stillness and silence soothes me like nothing else. In frozen time, scents are amplified tenfold. Grass, flowers, sugar. I drop a few coins into the vendor's tip jar, and then fill a clear bag with candy worms, chewing as I stroll down the small hill. When a shape weaves between the stationary people, I think it's only an optical illusion. A vase, two faces, now a vase again. I blink and the silhouette has drawn closer. It belongs to a kid not much younger than me in appearance, although there's really no way to tell with people like us, who know how to manipulate time. The kid nods at me, casual like we're meeting in the street and not in a frozen world, then steals a fistful of my candy. "Who are you?" I ask once my tongue unglues itself from my palate. "Ant." "Like the insect? That's not a real name." The kid raises a sharp eyebrow. "Isn't it?" Shaggy hair, loose clothes, a voice that is low and pleasant even when it taunts me. I cannot tell the kid's gender, and it unsettles me. It awakens my heart into a frenzy. Nobody ever told me you could look like this, that it was allowed. They pop the gummy worms in their mouth one by one. "And you?" Suddenly it's imperative I don't give this rude, unexpected visitor my name from Real Time. I don't think they'll use it against me, but in frozen time, I've only ever been alone, and therefore nameless. And I'm not ready for that to change. My eyes dart around the park, landing on an amusement ride in the distance, all paused in strange configurations. Their lights don't flash, but illuminate the space-themed decorations nonetheless. "Buzz," I say, breathless. "Buzz Lightyear." Ant doesn't comment or challenge me, only looks down at my candy again. Before they can sneak out another handful, I give them the whole bag. "Well, Buzz, guess I'll be seeing you." Ant turns around and weaves back between the statues. They pull some kite strings, untie the frozen people's shoelaces, a minor nuisance giggling to themselves. "Wait," I call, but they're already gone, leaving me with empty hands and a racing pulse. The next time we meet, we're in a busy street lined with shops and cafes. I'm coming out of a mattress store where I've spent the last however many hours napping to shut up my overthinking brain. Aunt is in the middle of traffic, hopping between cars. They pull faces at mid-flight pigeons and leave muddy footprints on car hoods. It's not wise to disturb the world around us when it's paused, but something tells me they wouldn't appreciate a lecture. "Aunt?" I ask before I can talk myself out of it. They puff up their chest like they're used to defending themselves. "Like I said, that's my name. Problem, Buzz?" I balance on the sidewalk's edge but don't step into the unmoving sea of vehicles. I'm not Buzz, but I'm really not my other name either, the one I withheld our first meeting in the park. It was months ago in real time. More in frozen time. I don't make the same mistake as last time. "No, sorry, I like it." Good. There's no spoken agreement, but soon we're walking side by side, arms swinging between us. This is what I do alone when I will the world to stop spinning. I walk through my town, past my school, my house, all the places I'm allowed to visit in real time, and the ones I'm not. When everything else moves, it's like I'm the one who freezes. I need this calm and quiet to hear my own thoughts and process and breathe and just be without outside interference. I catch Aunt's reflection in a storefront. I expect another grimace, googly eyes, fingers and nose. Instead, the look in their eyes is too melancholy for their face to contain. I cast around for a distraction. "How old are you?" Aunt scoffs. Whatever sadness I thought I saw is swallowed up by gruffness. "Now that's a stupid question. How old are you?" Point taken. I look 15. I should be 15. But I can't know for sure. That's the thing. There's no way to tell how long I've spent in frozen time where clocks don't work. The more I step outside of time, the harder it is to leave this little bubble I make for myself. I feel about 1,000 years old. Then again, I've always felt this way. Aunt thrusts a hand into their jeans pockets and offers me several hard candy, a silent apology. "Here, for you. Swipe them from my shrink's office." I take one, savoring the burst of lemon. In frozen time, everything tastes, smells, feels better. The world is mine, and I, too, feel like a part of it, rather than a trespasser. "Is that where you were when you messed with time?" We're walking loops around the same city block, but neither of us seem to mind. When we sidestep the human statues, it feels as if we're dancing. "Yup." They shrug, faux casual, smile with crooked teeth, only it's more like a wince. She won't use my pronouns. I needed a break, so I froze time, took all the candy from her desk, and here I am. You? "Music lesson," I say. "I'm not very good at it. I guess I was just tired of feeling stupid." Aunt nods as if they get what it's like to feel so small, so inadequate. "Do you talk to your therapist about this? Frozen time?" I tried using metaphors. She calls it disassociation, leaving yourself and going elsewhere. Except in my case, I take my body with me, unfortunately. It's other people I leave behind. "I'm sorry," I say, although I'm not sure what for. Aunt smiles. It's still crooked, but brilliant too. "Don't be. I have you, yeah? You understand." I start to carry candy in my pockets because of Aunt's sweet tooth. They roam the same places I'm known to frequent in frozen time. Sometimes months pass before we meet again. On one occasion, I'd rather not repeat, nearly a year. That first meeting should have been an outlier. I'm not naive enough to think I'm the only one capable of manipulating time with my mind. There must be others like us, but it's rare to meet one, as it requires two people pausing time simultaneously. How weird is it, how miraculous, to be able to subconsciously synchronize our need for escape. Except it's not miraculous at all. We're not on the same wavelength, Aunt and I. It's just math. We both freeze time all the time. The world stops spinning and it's safe. Stagnant, but safe. Sometimes I spend weeks just walking, resting wherever, eating whatever. The sun doesn't move across the horizon, and I feel like a pilgrim or a prophet or a poltergeist. But I'm only haunting myself. I pretend I'm a field mouse dozing among wildflowers. A crafty urchin from Victorian London. Buzz Lightyear floating through deep space. Buzz Aldrin stepping out on the moon. I bring or borrow clothes, but they're all a costume, an armor. So many roles, so many storylines. Anything but what I am in real time. B, you okay? I nod stiffly. We're in the park where we met. 4 years have passed in real time. In our frozen timeline, who knows? Aunt spots a flower with a bee in it. Fat and fuzzy with pollen. They take my hand and make me wave at the bee. Then they blow kisses at the ants nestled in the grass. Hello, hello, babies, bees and ants, get it? Their antics can't make me laugh today. I'm supposed to be taking a quantum mechanics exam, I blurt out. I'd enrolled in the local university, even though that meant living at home, because I didn't want to lose Aunt, now a high school senior. We don't meet outside these stolen pockets of stillness, and it's not like I could ride a bus or drive through traffic in frozen time to find them. The cars are all locked in place, and there's no public transport when the only person in the world is you. Yeah? Aunt asks. How's that working out for you? You'd think I'd be better at it, seeing as I can literally bend time. And before you ask, no, I'm not cheating. I just put my pen down and walked until you found me. I sit down among the blades of grass, careful not to crush the flowers and insects. Who cares if someone notices grass stains? I don't know how to explain once I'm back in real time. Nobody would blink twice if I walked into class wearing lit clothes I normally hide in my backpack, the only ones Aunt is allowed to see me in. Nobody would care, right? Aunt plops down next to me without comment. They reach into the pocket of their oversized hoodie and produce a candy bar and a bag of pot. Your choice. I probably shouldn't, but I pick the pot and watch as they roll a joint for us to share. I look down at myself as they work, my mix and match clothes in particular. Maybe I am a fraud. Maybe I do it for the attention. Never mind that I only dress and act the way I want in frozen time, where there are no witnesses. We pass the joint back and forth, not talking, just breathing in the smoke and the sunlight, nudging each other now and then. It should be peaceful, but I itch all over, squirming like a snake during a shed. You've never asked me, I say. Bad idea. When it first started for me, when I first stepped out of real and into frozen time. Aunt's first was during their grandmother's funeral. They told me they walked up to her open casket, staring at her for hours, but they couldn't make time move backwards. Pause and play, not rewind. No fast forward either to a place where things no longer hurt. I thought you didn't want me to know, Aunt says. Not like they're hurt, but matter-of-factly. I want you to ask, I think, angered. I want someone, you, to know. I was 10. All my relatives have come over for my birthday party, and everything was pink and girly. The decor, the presents. I wore a princess dress. And I know now I don't hate pink. And dresses are nice sometimes. But you dislike the word girl? I spend a few moments coughing. The smoke from my lungs streaks the sky, proof that I'm here, then gone. I dislike being called something I'm not. So we're waiting for the cake, right? Pink roses, pink icing, I remembered that. Birthday girl. And I picture myself getting up and opening the door and just walking. I visualize it as best I can. Doormat, fence, neighbor's bike, stop signs, even the birds perched overhead. Then I look around and everything really has stopped. Frozen. I'm free to leave, do anything, be anyone, but all I do is hide under the kitchen table and cry until the world starts up again. I stop talking and push my face between my knees. I don't want to see the look on Aunt's face. Will they laugh and say, "You're a copycat. Do you want to be like me so badly?" Or worse, will their mischief turn to pity? Poor little Buzz Lightyear, walking and running but never feeling free. I'm sick of Aunt's pot. I scramble away, the sun in my eyes, spots dancing and converging. Pareidolia. That's what everything is. "Bee," Aunt calls, running after me. "I'm sorry. Let's forget I heard that story." No, it's not but I don't know what I want to say. Even in frozen time, I'm still exposed for the whole world to see. I don't like this violent vulnerability. I don't like it at all. Aunt looks disheveled, frantic. Wordlessly, they tow me toward the tree shade. We sit for hours. We could grow old here for all I care. Not that our bodies would know the difference. The sun doesn't change positions, but the buzz and the itch fade eventually. My skin is left hungry, but for what? Aunt hands me a water bottle and rubs my back. "This might be a terrible idea," they say, "but can I kiss you?" My heart soars, then plummets, all in the span of a not second. "If you do, I'll never want to leave this place again." "Okay," they say, backing away. "Okay." I kiss them. I thought our mouths might be bitter with smoke. Aunt's lips taste like sugar. Things change after that. Turns out I was wrong. I don't freeze time for weeks after the kiss, then months. It's the longest I've gone solely in real time, and it hurts in ways I imagined and ways I did not. When I finally enter frozen time, Aunt is there, small and scared. It makes me wonder how long they've been trying to find me. Why did I ever stay away? "Did you regret?" they say. I say we're good, we're fine, and we are. We borrow bikes, we race each other across the lane, avoiding the other bikers like it's an obstacle course. Aunt falls and skins their knees, cackling because they won and I lost. Their laughter dies, however, when I find a first aid kit and disinfect their abrasions. So I'm starting my bio degree next month, at your university, apparently. And things change again, even when I don't want them to. I didn't think they would choose to stay here like I did. I still live at home, and sometimes I have to remind a bitter part of me that I did it for them, not because of them. But this new development brings with it complications I should have foreseen, like Aunt asking me to meet in real time. "No," I say. My hands are sticky with blood and Band-Aid glue. Aunt's elfin sharp face falls. "No? Why?" Why? I mount my borrowed bike and pedal away, put it back where I found it, clean the blood from my hand, remove any indication that I was ever here. When I first see Aunt in real time, I hide behind a car parked across the campus courtyard. They look exactly as they do in frozen time, from their never-seen-a-comb hair to their genderfuck getup. Something sparks inside me, equal parts pride and envy. They haven't spotted me. I know because their prickly exoskeleton is in place. Aunt wears it with everyone else, but they always let me peek at the soft, silly parts underneath. I'm building up the courage to say hi. I've turned down their invitation to meet so many times, But surely it's okay if it happens by chance. I can do this. Atone for leaving them confused and alone in frozen time. Aunt, there you are! A girl sprints across the campus green, freckled, lean, with smooth flowing hair down her tailored coat and plaid skirt. She hugs Aunt and they hug her back. Their scowl melts into a smile and together they step into the nearest coffee shop. I could call out too, introduce myself. Poor little Buzz Lightyear. Aunt would be happy to see me, but she's so girlish, so pretty, and my heart is a lump of coal in my chest. The rain hangs frozen in the park where we first met. It's not a storm yet, but judging by the purple gathering clouds, it will be. For now, the raindrops are sparse enough to walk between them without becoming wet. A different storm brews in the space between Aunt and I. They've been wanting to pick a fight with me for months, I can tell. You've been avoiding me, Aunt demands. I saw you on campus. I force my spine straight, although my body wants to curl defense like a pill bug. With that girl, I wanted to talk to you, but Aunt has the kind of face that makes confusion comical. Indy? She's in my class. She's so pretty. I don't know what I'm saying, only that I can't stop the pettiness, the assumptions I would have hated to have aimed my way. I'm sorry, I won't be like her. Indy has a girlfriend, but even if she didn't, Aunt rakes their fingers through their hair until it turns into antenna over pointy ears. I've never seen them this agitated, not even when they talk about their family or therapy. Buzz, Bee, please don't be like that. This isn't about envy. I know you. Talk to me. And they're right. I'm not envious. This is about roles and identities. This is about fear. A fear that grips me tight as I ask, do you, though? Know me? Do you even care? This is about anger. Anger that makes Aunt's voice go tight and tunnel-like. I've asked you to meet me in real time so many times and you always refuse. I wouldn't ever expose you or force you to come out or... You know how much I... Maybe you and I can only exist together in this bubble, I say. Lies, so many lies. A vacuum and nowhere else. They deserve better than my lies, than everything I have to offer. Aunt is trembling so much I fear they'll restart time by accident. Maybe you just don't want to be seen with the likes of me in the real world, huh? But that's not it. I can't allow myself to believe in a life, much less a relationship in real time. Because when it all inevitably falls apart, I'll step into frozen time to protect myself and never want to leave again. I'll become a god in a world of my own, anonymous, ancient, alone. I've stayed silent too long. Aunt's eyes stop trying to plead with me even through their anger. With a shake of their head, they turn around and march back into real time, away from me. I remain in the frozen rain long afterward. My face is dry, except for my own tears. Enough time has passed for me to know Aunt wasn't the one trying to pick a fight that day. I was. Maybe if I pushed them away, if I let them believe terrible things, I could keep both worlds the way they used to be. I wouldn't have to make any changes. Any choices. This here is a choice. My bathroom door locked, my fingers holding a pair of scissors, my hair sectioned and loosely braided. The clock ticks the seconds from somewhere in my parents' house as the first blocks of hair fall into the sink. The urge to freeze time is there, but I swallow it down like bile. The first snip I make is for Aunt, because Aunt deserves someone who won't act like they're ashamed of them, of being with them. I don't want Aunt to find someone braver than me, so I guess I'll have to become a braver version of myself. The rest of the snips of the scissors, however, are solely for me. Once again, I don't freeze time. Out in the wilds of real time, I laugh and cut and laugh. I've always felt like my time is running out, even when I hold it all between my palms. Now I exist in the moment for the first time in ages. It's just hair. It's also so much more. A haircut won't make me who I am, but it still feels pretty damn good. By the time I'm done, my hair barely grazes the tips of my ears, much shorter in the back. I hope Aunt will like it, but even if they don't, even if my parents and my uni friends and everyone else hate it, it doesn't matter, because my shoulders feel less heavy, my head clearer than before. Because I'm still grounded in real time, but it feels like I'm walking on air. Some things change fast. Others have been shifting so long that they don't know how to reach that final stage of metamorphosis. The campus is filled with people, napping, making out, studying on the grass. A frisbee hovers midair like a UFO. I duck under it on my way to the picnic table where Aunt awaits. "I didn't think you were coming," they say. "I asked to meet, didn't I?" I messaged Aunt for the first time in our long friendship, arranging a meeting instead of letting our pain and longing sink. They shrug, eyes distant. Still. Already this is going all wrong. We have the power to manipulate time, Aunt and I, but we can't do magic. A haircut isn't magic. A text message isn't either. We're so old and so young, so smart and so stupid. I stick out my hand. Be, like the insect. They, them pronouns. Nice to meet you. Hope and caution war in Aunt's eyes, and I don't blame them. Aunt, same. Their hand is steady in mine, dry and a little rough from the cold. I'll have to knit them a pair of winter mittens, if they let me, if they still want anything to do with me. I owe you an apology, I say. Aunt's eyebrows drop in alarm. You don't owe me anything. I'm sorry I pushed you away and acted ashamed of being your friend. Thank you for letting me go at my own pace. Aunt is blushing, not used to thanks or sorry. They grumble under their breath, but then squeeze my hand 3 times. My pulse jumps, then settles, soothed. There's more to talk about, to apologize for, but we have time for it as much as we need. I'm ready if you still want to walk with me into real time. Aunt looks up. You don't have to. No, but I want to. We've never done this before. For all the times we've entered the same frozen patch of time, we've never left it in sync. And I want to. I do, even though my whole body tenses as if it were to keep me here where I'm safe and in control. Lonely, too. On a count of 3, I nod. Aunt climbs over the picnic bench to stand beside me. We're still holding hands as we walk across campus, over the invisible line where times converge. The air changes against our skin. A cacophony of laughter and conversation envelops us. Everything is moving, and I have to close my eyes momentarily to escape the vertigo. Aunt's hand doesn't budge. Their footsteps do not falter. I open my eyes, breathing in Aunt's familiar sugar scent. We walk together, and my world shifts again, from too much to just enough.
I have a bit of a confession to make. Late 2020 and early 2021 was a tough time for me, with members of my family being rushed into hospital and my partner leaving me. I was not as active reading submissions to the podcast as I would have liked to have been, and though I was listening to the episodes, I apparently wasn't taking them in, because when I came to choose my staff pick this year, there were a lot of titles there I could not remember. This was not one of them. Probably because there's been times this year when I would have liked time to stop for me. Whether you're struggling with your identity and whether or not to come out as non-binary or gay or whatever else, or whether you're just trying to find a new state of equilibrium after big changes in your personal world, one thing that is always a huge asset is a true and uncritical friend who will stand by you and help you to deal with things at your own pace. Join us again next time when assistant editor Carissa Sluss brings you her favourite story of the year. We love bringing you the best audio fiction week after week, but we can't do it without your support. Your donations pay our authors, our narrators, our servers, and our staff. Please consider supporting us with a monthly donation through either PayPal or Patreon. You can also review us on Apple Podcasts, request us on Spotify, and consider the stories we publish for award consideration. There are lots of ways you can help. Join the discussion on the EA Forum, forum.escapeartists.net, or EA Discord. Visit on Twitter @CastOfWonders. Come and say hello. Cast of Wonders is a production of Escape Artists Incorporated and is brought to you by Editor Catherine Inskip, Assistant Editors Andrew K. Ho and Carissa Sluss, Editorial Assistant Amy Brennan, Associate Editors Amy Brennan, Alicia Caparaso, William Haight Minor, Yumara Hussain, Sean Proctor, Ray O, Susie Rodriguez, Emma Smales, and Denise Sudell. And we'd like to take a moment to introduce our new associate editors who joined us in November 2021. Kami Adams, Tanya Adelit, Rian Bowley, Sumtoa Iheswe, Cup Huckub, Amanda Kong, Samuel Poots, and Rin Richmond. Art Director Alexis Goebel, Community Manager Denise Sudell, and our audio producer Jeremy Carter. Our episodes are released under the Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. That means you can download or listen to the episode on any device you like, but you can't change it or sell it. Our theme music is Appeal to Heavens by Alexei Nov, available from Promo DJ or his Facebook page. Thanks for listening.